Hey YouTube! So today we are going over all of the books I have read in April. So I'm just gonna go get started because I have a very large stack over here and it looks like it's gonna fall over. The first book I finished in April is ACOWAR, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. This one is the third book in the ACOTAR series. I'm not gonna go into too much depth on what this is about because it's the third book in the series, but I really do like this one and it's so pretty. Look how gorgeous that cover is. I did give this one a 4 stars. I'm gonna be honest, when I read these books, it's kind of just I read it and then it just goes away from my mind. I could not tell you what happened. If I really think about it, I'll know, but literally my mind is so blank. And I think I finished this on the first of the month or the first or second day of the month. So I can't give much thoughts right now. All right, the next book I read was Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This one I gave 5 stars. It's so good. And now I have to read Ruthless Vows, even though some people say it's not as good as this one. But I just need to know what happens next because you're kind of left on a cliffhanger. So our 2 main characters, they both work at this, newspaper place. And our main character, Iris, her brother is going to fight in this war. And their war is between gods. So it's a very intense war. So she finds out her brother is going into the war and she asks her supervisor if she can go report on the front lines so she can be closer to her brother and make sure he's okay. She also has this typewriter and she goes to write a letter to her brother, but instead of sending it out, she just puts it in her wardrobe. And then when she goes back to take it out, it's gone. And then she sends a couple more. And then she finally does get a response saying oh, this is not who you think it is. So it says, this is not a spoiler, it says that the letters go to her rival named Roman. He also works at the newspaper. Yeah, they just have magical typewriters and they can send letters to each other. I didn't think I was gonna like this one just because it's kind of historical romance. It's set in, when is this set? Alright, it's not gonna tell me. I mean, they don't have cell phones, so they use typewriters. And I'm sad that this is only a duology. The next one's the last one. But then it gets me through series. The series will be done, so that's good. I had so much fun reading this, more than I thought I would. Alright, next one I read was The Feeling of Falling in Love by Mason Deaver. We have our main character, Neil, and he is with his friends with benefits, Josh. He tells Neil that he loves him and Neil is just okay. He just says okay, then says oh, we need to break up. We need to stop seeing each other. So then Josh is what happened? Why don't you feel the same? But they had planned on going to a wedding together and they're both still going, just not together. So now Neil has made up that he is actually in love with someone else and that's why they had to break up. So now he needs to find someone to go to the wedding with and he chooses his roommate Wyatt. This one's really cute. It was a little YA. I think the last YA I read was Betting on You, and it's just very fun. YAs, they're not super deep. I mean, Obviously they can be, but for the most part, it's just a really fun read. I gave this one a 4 stars. Next, we have Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Albin. This one was so cute. If you listen to the audiobook, they have like British accents. It's so precious, and this one's also like a historical romance, so it's definitely giving Bridgerton vibes if you are into that. And so our two main characters, Beth and Gwen, they are debutantes, so they're trying to find a husband, but they strike up a friendship and then they start catching feelings for each other. This was so cute and I loved reading it. I gave this one a 4 star. Next up, we have Annibot by Sierra Greer. This was my March book of the month, so I'm a little bit behind, but I'm catching up. So we have our main character, Annie. She is a robot, and her owner, Doug, is not the nicest to her. She kind of just like questions, like, is this how I want to live? Because she has like her own thoughts. Like, she's kind of like sentient. She's an AI. She's like constantly learning things, and she wants to be like more human for Doug. But as she's becoming more human, she's realizing, oh, like, I don't like how he talks to me, how he treats me. So she's kind of just dealing with that. I gave this one a 4 star as well. Lots of 4 stars given out this month. Next one I read was Anna O by Matthew Blake. This one, the concept really intrigued me. It's about this girl who ends up killing 2 of her best friends, like, in her sleep, and she's still like asleep when authorities get there and no one can wake her up, and she's been asleep for the past 4 years, like not in a coma, like just like sleep, I guess, and you can't really wake her up. So then we have our psychologist come in, and he is trying to figure out a way to wake her up. I will say this really had me in the beginning, and then kind of lost me in the middle, but then kind of hooked me in the end. I wasn't completely satisfied with the ending, but it was alright. I gave this one 3 stars. The next one I read was 7 Exes by Lucy Bine. So in this one, our main character, Esther, is reading a magazine, and it basically is saying, in your lifetime, you'll have 7 different, like, stereotypical exes before you find the one. So she's just reading it, like, not thinking much of it, and then she's like, wait, these kind of match up with my exes. She kind of has to go through and re-date everyone to see which one was her true love, which one is the one that got away. I gave this one a 3 stars. I was not really satisfied with the ending. I feel like if I was, it would have gotten a 4. Next, we have A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is just the little, like, it's very tiny. This is the little, like, holiday Christmas novella. I thought it was so cute. Most people, like, hate on this, but I actually really enjoyed it. It was a nice little break from all of the action. Of course, there was still, like, some stuff they have to go through, but I feel like this was more peaceful than all of the other ones. I gave this one a 4 stars. Alright, this is the last book I have finished at the time I'm filming this. I just finished it yesterday. We got Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. So I just have one more. And then I was gonna say I'm done, but I actually have not read the 1st book because I can't find the mirror cover of it. That's not like $200. So yeah. So I read Reckless. This one and Heartless are my two favorites. I've only read 3. Powerless I was kind of iffy on. I think I still gave Powerless 4, but Reckless and Heartless are my two favorites so far. This one we have Theo Silva and Winter. So basically they like meet each other, and Winter like yells at him at this family dinner. So everyone thinks like she hates him, but then they end up having a one-night stand and she gets pregnant, and like she doesn't tell anyone that it's his. I mean, they wouldn't even know because they think they hate each other. Oh, and in the back of the book, blank pages. Why are there so many blank pages? I don't know if you can see that. Larry's recipe is in this book. I was like, oh my gosh, Larissa got in the Elsie Silver book. I gave this one a 4 stars. All right, next to books I am like in the middle of, we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is my April book of the month. I didn't get that far into it because I wanted to listen to it on audio, but I ran out of Spotify time, so I have to wait until I'm out of Spotify jail. But it's really, really cute so far. I love that I got like the hardcover book of the month version, but I know there's also the Barnes exclusive that has little pictures in it. Kind of sad about that, but I'm a hardcover girl, so I like this one more. There's obviously no rating, haven't even gotten close to halfway, so I'm hoping to finish this next month. Next, we have the last book in the ACOTAR series that is currently out, A Court of Silver Flames, Sarah J. Maas. This one is even thicker than the last one. It's very satisfying though. Very floppy too. For a big book, like it's very floppy. This one has 750 pages and then like only that much through. I would love to say I could get through this before the end of the month. That's very ambitious of me to say. So hopefully this will be one of the first books I complete next month. And then lastly, we've got the last book in the Chestnut Spring series, Hopeless. I haven't started this one yet, but I'm really excited. I know people say they were kind of disappointed with this one, but I don't really know much about Beau. He's kind of like mysterious. I feel like no one really knows him. I think this is fake dating, maybe fake engagement. Yeah, so it's fake engagement. It's so pretty. Look how gorgeous. I love the mirror covers. I wish they like kept these forever. They're so pretty. All right, those are all of the books I've read this month and are currently reading. Really quick, I'm gonna go over my June TBR. That is insane. Most of these were already on here. We've gotten a few new ones. Maybe like every other month I'm gonna do a like book haul of just all of the new books that I end up buying and then go over them that way. All right, so first up we have Night Shift by Annie Crown. Yes, I do take the stickers off, but only once I start reading the book, okay? I'm not crazy. I think the girl like works at the library. I think they're in college. The girl like works in the library, and then I think the main guy, he plays basketball. Oh my gosh, it is giving, someone said, I think maybe it was Larry, that it's giving One Tree Hill, Nathan and Haley vibes, and I can so see that. We have Butcher and Blackbird. I'm so excited to read this one. And then Leather and Lark comes out, I think in June. So I need to catch up before that comes out, or like after it comes out, so I can just jump straight into the next one. This one I'm so excited for, a little serial killer romance. It just like switches things up. And then we have If Only I Had Told Her. I do have the Barnes & Noble exclusive. I just think the red is so like stunning. So I definitely need to read this one. I know some people were underwhelmed with this, not very impressed. Hopefully I'll like it. Then we have Iron Flame. I do have the version with the sprayed edges because it matches my holiday edition of Fourth Wing. So this one, at first, I just heard like it was not good, like don't like read this one basically, but now I'm hearing like good things about it. Now everyone I see reading it likes it, so I don't know about that. And then I know Onyx Storm, the third book, comes out in 2025, so I do have to wait a bit. And then I know the first part of the graphic audio, I've been waiting for the graphic audio version because it just like enhances the experience. So I know part 1 just came out, and then I think you have to wait like a month or 2 for the second part. So I think I'm gonna wait for both parts to be out and then read this. Next we got The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I've said this before, I like wasn't really planning on reading this book, but it was just like left in my apartment mailroom. And like it's like really good condition, so might as well add it to the TBR. And I need more thrillers in my life. And then we have Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I've heard like so many good things about this book, all like 4 to 5 stars, and I cannot wait. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's like in the same universe as Chestnut Springs, so I love that. And then so I know like Elsie made a post saying all of the like first print editions will have like a mountain on the side, and then once all the books are released it creates like the little mountainscape, and it's gonna look so pretty. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Then we got Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. This one is literally so tiny. It's just a little baby. This one's gonna be like so quick to read. It's like under 300 pages. So this one's definitely gonna be very quick read. But again, a cute little cowboy romance. Definitely, if you like Chestnut Springs, you'll probably like this series. And I know she just did the cover reveal for, what is it, Lost and Lassoed, and it looks so good. So I'm so excited to continue this series. All right, and then we have Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I love this cover. It's so unique and cool with VHS tape. I'm so excited to read it. I love Geneva Rose. Her thrillers are so good, and they're just like so pretty. They're just gonna look so cute all like next to each other. All of her hardcovers are like the same height, so that's really satisfying. And then we have When Never Comes by Barbara Davis. I had never heard of this book, but it was again left in my apartment mailroom, so I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, and discover maybe a new author I like. And then we have After Midnight by Irina Shapiro. So this one, this one was also left in my mailroom. I got it when I got When Never Comes. But I read the back of the book. I was like, why does this sound so familiar? It's literally the same exact concept as one of the Book of the Months. I think it's called Middletown. They're both about this author that gets hung from a tree, and the way he was killed is in their like best-selling book. They have the same concept, but I just thought that was so funny. I was like, these two books are about the exact same situation. And then we have my Book of the Month of May. I didn't realize how behind I am in Book of the Months. There's a couple days left of the month before I get to pick my June book, and I still need to read this one and Just for the Summer. This is the May book I chose, The Return of Ellie Black by Emiko Jean. This one is actually very interesting. I Need some more thrillers. I'm just getting a little bored of romance. I never thought I would say that, but I'm getting a little bored of it. Oh, this one, so Ellie Black, she, I guess, was maybe kidnapped. I'm gonna try to do the summary without reading the inside of the book. I think she was like kidnapped, possibly, or she just went missing, and then she comes back, but like she won't like say what happened or like who she's protecting. I don't know. I'm intrigued. And then we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. This one, either people love it or hate it. I feel like I'm gonna love it just because I feel like I'm not too tough of a critic. And I think it is like a very funny story. Her girl, I think she was like gonna get married to the guy she was dating. She was like engaged, and her fiance like calls off the wedding because he's actually in love with, I guess, his best friend or something. And she was dating the girl he left her for, was actually dating someone, and then that's him, Miles. So then they're like, what do we do? And then they become roommates. Okay, and then we have Mistakes We Never Made by Hannah Brown. Look how cute. Look how precious. Are you kidding me? This one, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what it's about. Okay, so it's a rom-com about two frenemies on the verge of making the biggest mistake of all. So I guess maybe they liked each other in high school, but it just never happened. So I guess they go on a road trip and maybe they try a little romance. And then this hardcover, like it's like a paper. Like it's not like plasticky, like it's like paper. All right, last book on the June TBR is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. So when I went to Target, I think they were having like a sale of some sort. So I picked this one up, and then I looked to the side and it wasn't the sprayed edges, and I was like, you're kidding, because I know they used to have the sprayed edges at Target. But the one I picked up did not, so I put it back. And then I was walking around, I literally just turned around and it was in another place too, and I found one with the sprayed edges. Yes, so these are the gorgeous blue like foil sprayed edges. They're like blue and shiny and literally gorgeous. So when I first saw this book with the sprayed edges, I only saw it, well, just the first place I saw it was Barnes & Noble, so I thought it was like an exclusive to Barnes with the sprayed edges. No, it was everywhere. Because this was also a book of the month choice, but it didn't have the sprayed edges. I did get the sprayed edges version. It was like the last one at my Target that had the sprayed edges. All of the other ones, all of the new ones, are just regular pages. But I got it! I got the sprayed edges. They're literally so pretty. Oh my god. Is that a selling point on why I wanted to read this book? Maybe. But I'm gonna read it. And I'm gonna like it. Like, she looks so cool, too. Do I know what it's about? Not really. But I'm gonna go in blind. And it's a series. It's a new series. This is book 1, Saga of the something. The sticker's covering it, so I can't see it right now. Oh, it's so gorgeous. All right, so those are all of the books I have read, are currently reading, and the June TBR. That was a lot, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and then I will see you guys next time. Bye!